Hello and welcome to NFT Decree. I'm Barry and today we are going to be running some virtual racehorses. Yes, it is exactly what you think. These horses live on the blockchain and you can race them. If you've not seen this, the site is Zed.Run, still in beta, but as things stand, it's picking up steam. Let's put it that way. So what happens is you can come on here when the marketplace is live, like all the latest drops sold out. You can buy a virtual horse. So let's see what a virtual horse looks like. And a virtual horse. This is my Stableford, and that's Galaxy Rangers. If you can remember them, you're showing your age. And we've got 3 horses. So they're not what's the word I'm after? They're the cheaper end of the spectrum, shall we say. The Z10, Z9. So the number is the generation of horse. Because what you can also do in this game is breed horses. And the way that would work, we would take the colt and the filly, and you'd pay the fees and everything else, and then their offspring would be generated, have their stats generated on the blockchain, but it would be a Z18. And the further... It's not impossible. Like a Z18 could easily beat a Z9. That's not exactly how it works. But just in terms of the raw stats and the originating point, that's how you're keeping track of that. The more... there's a lot of stats going on, but it's all a bit cloak and dagger. It's hard to figure out exactly what's what and what's worth keeping and breeding and moving on with. Your horse, the number at the side there, that is a number that indicates the class of the horse. Because as you finish top 3, you'll gain points. As you finish bottom 3, you'll lose points. And you go up and down the classes from 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. So all of these horses started class 5. No Kidding had done really well. They were all in class 4 for a time. Then Into Cryptos moved up into class 3. Palms in the Airs stayed in class 4. Not been run as much. Can't find a good distance for them. No Kidding's kind of moved up and then fallen all the way back down to 5. But let's click on what they look like. So here's the horse. Ran 27 races. Had 4 firsts, 3 seconds, 1 third. Win rate of 14.81%. You got the colour. You got your transactions to check. And there's the breed option. And here it is. So I can actually have a look at it in all its glory. So genotype Z10 Genesis. So Genesis horses are ones that you buy direct from the site. And after the final sale's done, there's a limited number. Then there'll be no more Genesis horses, and everything will be offspring from these Genesis horses and further down, right? There's 4 classes of horse. So Buterin, I actually don't know if that's a real horse or not, but that is the lowest of them. The Nakamotos, I think, are like the Z1s, the purebreds, the thoroughbreds. And when you breed a horse, it will take the lineage of the lowest class of horse. So if you breed a Nakamoto with a Buterin, it would be a Buterin. And there's 2 others in between, but I'm not sure what they are. And that's kind of it. Like, you buy a horse, you can race a horse, you can breed a horse, you can sell your horse. It's picking up steam. When I started, there was maybe 300, 400 people online at a time racing. Now we're up to, if we go back to the racing element here, we're up to sort of 1,500, so kind of tripled in size. You know what, if I can get in on this, I will. So this is a free race. Yeah. So if this doesn't click, it's because it's filled up. I'll reload, see if it's still there. Just have to choose a different lane. And then, like I say, if I'm lucky, please do register your horse. Yeah, no, I think somebody's... Oh no, we're in. So you can register for races. Races can be free. There's some free races. And that will help you build up your Z balance, right? So your wrapped ETH balance. This is my MetaMask wallet. This is just what I've made in game. Free entry, prize pool. Let's just click on it again. So the prize split, it's pretty low, right? But it's free. So what you complaining about? And you can also pay for races. So once you're kind of confident that you know what your horse does and what distance it goes and stuff, then you can pay for races to get better prize pools. And so as I've not running many paid races yet, just because I don't have a lot of balance in here, I have to win some of the free races to get the balance in. I could put it in, but I resent paying $40 in ETH fees from MetaMask just to get $40 in to run some races. But I do have another horse in a race here, and it is just kicking off. So let's watch it live. If we can load it up into 3D. Come on, horses. Boom. So starting gates, minute to go. So this is my horse here in 9th, class 3. You can race above your station, but you can't race below your station. If you get in early enough, you'll get a showcase of all the horses as they walk by. You'll see a bit about them. But we're going to have a countdown and see how far the horse gets. Now, I can turn off the music here. But I always think this should have erasures always. I don't know if you've ever played Robot Unicorn Attack, but it always reminds me of this, So maybe I'll sing, maybe when the horses kick off, I'll sing You Always by Erasure. Just if you're lucky. So we are trap 9 into crypto, and we are going to compete against all these guys, see how we do. So into crypto's okay at the 2k distance, better at 1800 I think, but this is fine. And we're obviously in trap here, where your horse is going. Can I click on the horse? Although it looks like I'm falling behind, that is okay, much like in real life horse racing, you don't want to be out the gate too fast. I wonder if I could commentate. And it's Light Charge in first place, followed by Tokenize, Airing 1998, Tokenize taking over first place from Light Charge, Airing 1998, Light Charge are neck and neck, coming up to the 1500 mark. I don't know what the accent is. But here we go, right, so 7 still, this is fine. You want to make a break for it about the 500, 400 metre mark at the end, just staying in it. Staying in it's fine by me. It's really hard to read these, right, so 1200 metres. Don't go too long. Now, the camera used to rotate around. Oh, you can do it yourself now. This is more interesting. So there's been an update since I've last been on a couple of weeks ago, so that's cool. Show positions. This is fine. So we're here, still in 7th. Very exciting. No, I don't want to follow that horse. That horse is off. It's gone. I'll fall back. Right, fine. We're stuck with watching being made. I mean, it's making a real break for it. And into crypto, it's lagging behind here. Catching this horse is going to be very, very difficult. Super strong from the 700 metres out. We're making a little bit of a play. Up into 5th, up into 4th. Into crypto coming in strong, up into 3rd. Pushing up into 2nd with 200 metres to go. But the distance, is it too much? 100 metres, here we come, come on into crypto, come on into crypto. Ah no, we're going to come in 2nd, but that's not bad. Super. We'll get the finish. Hey, right, so we, in a race, this is a free race, we'll make a little bit of money. Ching, ching. And then everybody else trailing up the rear. So we did quite well there. Stayed in the middle of the pack until kind of the point where we needed to break for it, but being made really strong break early on, and again made it to the end. So 1569, 18.52%, Z9, so same as us, pretty much. I mean, we're only 0.2 of a second off, 0.25 of a second off, and we made a couple of bucks. So that's that. Join the race, takes you back to the thingy. So here, once the race is done, you can always come in and have a look. So second place got us 0.0009 ETH. I mean, better than nothing, right? You can get a few extra stats and stuff tracked on this. See your time, see you finished. There's a direct link. You can always, everything's tracked, right? It's on the blockchain, everything's tracked. And if you want to replay a race, you can. Now, if your hardware doesn't quite support the 3D effects, you can watch it in 2D, right? So you just get the top-down view here. But same thing, it tracks the positions on the left, and you can watch the horses here. Sometimes I'll watch this back to try and just see where the horses were strong. What it doesn't tell you strictly is how good a horse is, right, when you buy one. So it's a bit pot luck, and it's also a bit random, right? Even though you could be the best horse in the field, you're not guaranteed to win. Same as real life, I guess. But sometimes, you could be the best horse and come dead last. So the random elements are, a little unknown to me. It's hard to work out when it's worth having a paid race and when it's not. The way it works at the moment, mostly it's down to your horsey stats, right? It's just pure your horsey stats. What they're incorporating, and I don't know actually what stage you're at, is going to matter what gate you're in, where your location is, what the weather's like. At the moment, the weather's just sunny. There's no rain effects or anything incorporated. I presume at some point they're probably going to put in steeple races, so jumping. Although nobody said that, I don't know why I think that's definitely going to happen. And then another thing, so you could be on a hot streak, you could be on a cold streak, you could have horse fatigue, you can't run them too much. All these elements are going to be put into place and determine the variables for the outcome of a race. But I don't think they're ever going to tell you exactly what's happening. You'll just have to... the randomness is still going to be built in, so it's still fair. Again, I don't know how it's audited in terms of fairness. So before putting a huge amount of money in, I'd maybe look into that. But I think, you can see all the races being run. It is on the blockchain. You can track things that way, but it doesn't tell you the underpinning mechanisms for how the race works, right? So if I just go back to racing, so you got your different classes, your Griffin. So when you buy a horse, you have to run in your Griffin race. So your Griffin race is your first race. And it doesn't matter what class you're in or anything, you're just dumped in this race. And that's one of the few occasions where you could have a Z1 at 50 points racing a Z10 at or a Z20 at 17 points or something. And then after that you'll get your class. Typically you'll have to work up from wherever you're placed. You could be placed in third if you're the Z1s, or you'll be in fifth if you're like the Z20s or whatever. And that's it. You just kind of race, right? You can choose to enter a race. You come in, you pick your gate, see what horses are eligible. So you can compete in a paid race and a free race at the same time, but you can't compete in two free races, and you can't have multiple horses in a free race. You can have up to 3 horses in a paid race. So if you've got a large stable, you'll always have a race. You'll have a chance, or you can skew the odds in your favour. There's not a huge number of races happening at a time. If we look at the next to run, we can see here. So it's actually another 49 minutes until the next race for class 5 horse that put in there. Was it Into Crypto? No kidding. Into Crypto was the one that just won. So no kidding's pretty good over the sort of 1,400 metre distance. So I imagine that might be okay, but I'm not going to talk for another 50 minutes to watch it. Maybe I'll put another video up a little later if we win. Then you can track all the results. You can see exactly what's going on there, and winnings wise, This is just my horses. So you can see I've had a reasonable streak. I've not played much in the last couple of weeks, which is why I was surprised by the ability to free move the camera and whatnot. They've obviously updated it since then. There's been a couple of drops in the marketplace that's happened since then. I've not got involved in, but I definitely wouldn't mind another couple of horses as long as I can get them cheap enough. I think the price is going to go up and up on these things once the Genesis ones are sold out, and there is a minimum fee on breeding horses. So even if you've got both of the colt and the filly, or the mare and the stallion, you're still going to have to pay to mint your new horse effectively. You get a discount, and it also costs more if you're breeding higher class horses. So here's my total Heath 1, right? So I mean, it's not nothing. I've ran a few races. I've ran a couple of paid races that didn't pay off, unfortunately. Which is where that's gone, because otherwise that would be 0.01. But we're 1/5 of that. I've ran 2 paid races, and I don't think either of them have come in. So if I actually go to, let me fire up this spreadsheet. So what we do here is we just kind of track what's working and what's not. So the Irish Oaks here, put it in, put a link to the race, where it was, what class we're in, what time it ran, the distance. So here we can colour this one in, sort of yellow, right, because it came second. Now at the moment lanes don't make any difference, but it makes me feel better for colouring them in. I'll make it blue. Actually no, it won't, because it wasn't a win. Now the odds you can get from the Discord. Now I don't have Discord open, but I'll fire it up, I guess. Let's just have a little look. Let me take that off the screen just now. You don't need to see what weird things I'm into. So if I search for the horse into crypto, what I should get is in the racing channel there is the odds, and my odds for this one were huge again. It was 21.85. So the odds don't actually mean anything. 21.85 was the third worst odds in that one. And actually, who won our race? Can I see results? If I go into here, Being Made was the favourite, so that's fair enough. The worst horse by far was Light Charge, and they finished 6th. I mean, it was twice our odds, 45, and another one there. So, like, I mean, Awesome As had odds of 11-1 compared to our 22-1, and it finished last. So I don't know what all the other things are there, but anyway, that was bad. So just it's not the absolute worst, so we'll just colour it in red. It's above 10 though, right? And then we came second, which is decent. So let me colour that in. Lighter yellow. Then the winning time. So if we go back to the race, the winning time was 1:56. 1.56. Now I appreciate 1.56 isn't 1:56, but it's just how I'm tracking it. And we were 0.227 over. And it cost us nothing, and we won 0.0009. 0.0009 cash in the bank. So our paid races were 2, no kidding. So here we made a little money, but here was where half of our money went. Actually, where has our money gone in that case? If we made that much and we've only been in 2 paid races, did not pay for any of these. Didn't pay for any of these. Alright, these are the 3 horses. You kind of have to work out the distance that you're good at. So the first few races, making notes, led 700 to 1300, pretty strong until 2100, tailed off. So that was our Griffin race. I mean, you've no idea what your horse is capable of at that time, right? And then I thought, well, we're pretty strong until 2100, so went into an 1800. Kept up, but just middle of the pack. Then 1200, held on. So you can take notes and stuff. I don't know how consistent it is in terms of what works and what doesn't. But But then we went on a huge losing streak. You can see class 5, class 4, class 4, class 4, class 5, class 4, class 4, class 4, and then went on a massive losing streak down here and here. But we were consistently favourite. All those greens, we were the odds-on favourite horse for those races. Yellow's second, orange's fifth best, so somewhere in there. And yeah, I mean that's kind of the game, right? I mean, as the things become more complex, like the racing algorithms and stuff become more complex, then tracking more data is going to be important for winning. Like I say, when you come first, second, or third, your horse gains points. That's those numbers there, right? So into crypto up to 49. We're nearly into class 2 almost. I'm not sure where class 2 begins. Well, it takes us into the race that we've already seen. But yeah, I mean that is the game. So, like I say, I don't know how to what's the word I'm after? Verify the authenticity of the races, but they are they seem fair enough. Like you win some, lose some, right? That's how it works. Cool. So just showing you this. If you want to get involved, by all means. If you want a 20% discount, I mean, I can send you a code. I don't know if I can get a broad code. If I can get a broad code, I'll put it in the description down below. Get 20% off a racehorse. So that could save you from like $10 to the top horses cost something like 4 ETH, 5 ETH. So if you're going big, definitely worth getting a 20% discount on. Save you 1.5 ETH on those, but that's just from the marketplace, I think. And then the stud service I'm not used. Like breeding's temporarily closed. They've moved onto the Matic network and stuff to save on fees. You'll also find horses on OpenSea, or you can find them in the Discord. There's a sales channel in the Discord. You'll find that on the site somewhere here. You can go into that, and that's it. Here we go. Here's how the horses work. So Nakamoto, Zabo, Finney, and Buterin. I'm not getting to racial purity, right? And that's not the call here, but there's not very many of them. I think it's like 550 total or something. And there's not many left still to be sold. Then these guys all the way down to this, but high, very high, yeah. Scarce, super rare, rare. Yep. So, and then you can breed all the way down to Z268. I don't know how the cap works on that. Can you just not breed horses? Can you not breed like a 267 and a 265 together or something? Who knows? There's a lot of information out there. I'm just not smart enough to really figure it out. If you wanted to look into it more, you certainly could. What's this? Race roster. You can look at them all, but whatever. Anyway, you've seen our race runs. It's fun when it works. You're going to be losing more races than you win, but you can play for free. The only real issue now with it being 3 times as popular as when I was playing, the same number of races seem to be going, so it's difficult to get into a free race. But they'll maybe put on more once things are happening. And there's the prizes that they've given out. Over 1,000 ETH won in prizes across 26,000 races. So what does that work out as? Still a reasonable prize pool per race. Yeah, that's it. That is Zed.Run, your digital horse racing platform. Check it out, and until next time, this is NFT Decree signing off.